You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
The greatest of all time.
Terence "Bud" Crawford sent a message straight to Floyd Mayweather after shocking everyone by beating Canelo Alvarez. "I'll make your old mark better. Not your records or bank account, but what you leave behind." You already know that Floyd didn't want his good name to be harmed. Responded very harshly. He clapped back in interviews, played down Bud's win, and told everyone why he thinks he is the best of all time. But this isn't just a fight. This has more to do with than that. The fight for boxing's history has begun. Crawford has the pound-for-pound title right now, but Floyd has the perfect record, more pay-per-views, and more fame. It looks like their reputations are finally colliding. Let's break it down.
Who you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Go back to Vegas to see why Crawford said what he did. When Crawford fought Canelo Alvarez on September 13th, he was 2 weight classes lighter, bigger, and most people in the fight world thought he would lose. After that, he outboxed him, but was able to balance out Canelo's strength and land the harder blows. He became the first person in history to go perfect in all 3 weight classes.
You said something about what fighters go through, and you've seen enough guys that the game is taken from. It's a hard game to get through. Can you get a better ending than tonight? I mean, really?
Not at all. Not at all. This is the top of the top. Canelo is an all-time great. Like I said before, he's the last one.
He was the A side of the age.
There's no more Canelos.
So,
there's no more. So when you look around, you say, "I'm the Canelo." I'm the face of boxing now. And I'm the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, like I always been. Just gotta wait and see.
It was more than just a win. It was history. The kind of win that changes the way people talk about things.
Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so
yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
Fans were not just saying that Bud was the best boxer in terms of weight. It was a question of whether Bud was better than Floyd. That's when things became tense. Floyd built his brand around the idea that he was unbeatable. Money Mayweather. And the plan. But Crawford's brilliance has been so clear that Floyd's reputation is being called into question.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
what are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we want to know, in the least amount of fights, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
That's why Crawford came out swinging. I'll raise your memory asterisk because he knows he's not only beating Floyd, but also the story that Floyd had been telling for decades. Crawford didn't mean to fight Floyd when he said he had ruined Floyd's reputation. He didn't want to fight in the ring. He was telling the story. Floyd has worked hard his whole career to be in charge. He chose when to fight Pacquiao. He chose when to fight De La Hoya. He was too young to fight Canelo. Fans never had any reason to doubt him.
You see all these fighters, they doing the shoulder roll, you see? I mean, yeah. And not knocking the guys that paved the way. And I want to come on record and say, I'm appreciative for guys like Sugar Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. So many guys that paved the way for me. But there's only one Floyd Mayweather. These fighters are not better than me. You look at the numbers, they say, oh, Canelo may end up beating more world champions than Floyd Mayweather. Wait, he should? With almost, 80 and 90 fights, he should? I beat more world champions than any fighter in history. I'm 50-0, but half of my fights was world title fights.
But Crawford isn't like the other people, but means being brave enough to be different every time. He didn't wait for Spence to go away. It was at his peak that he destroyed him. On the way down, he missed Canelo. Canelo had been the best at super middleweight until he beat him.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
That meant a simple thing. I'm the man who risks things you have never done before. This is what people will remember when they compare our accomplishments.
Why were you so emotional afterward? Is it that you just realized everything that you achieved, the moment just hit you then?
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's just, the history, behind the sport is just everything that, I trained for my whole life. It all was, coming out that one night. That was all paying off. You have a lot of people that, adopted this narrative that Terence Crawford can't sell, Terence Crawford is not marketable, and they push the narrative to the public, and that's all people write about. Oh, Terence Crawford can't do this, Terence Crawford can't do that. But any one of Terence Crawford fights, you see a sold out crowd, but they wasn't talking about that. They was talking about how, marketable I'm not, and that kind of was hurting my career because, a lot of people was looking at me and said, oh yeah, they said he's not marketable. Or they said he's not, don't have a personality, things like that, because I didn't want to do things their way. I didn't want to put on a show. I didn't want to disrespect my opponents when they wasn't disrespecting me. Right. I wasn't, I'm not a guy that, wear jewelry for no reason. Just the things that I didn't want to do that they wanted me to do. They go out there and say, oh, well, they lost money on me. It's just crazy though to see me headline, not one of the largest attending fight in American history. In American history.
It's more than just not losing for Crawford to leave a reputation. It's about who you fought, when, and how. From his point of view, this is why he can challenge Floyd's title. You already know Floyd couldn't keep quiet. In typical Mayweather fashion, Floyd reacted by playing down Crawford's win. He said that Canelo wasn't that good, that Bud's record wasn't as good as mine, and that beating a few big names didn't make you eligible for TBE. He told everyone that he was 50-0, had won the biggest fights in boxing history, and that no one had ever figured him out in the ring. Floyd thinks Crawford isn't changing the past. He is sitting on Floyd's back. The most upsetting part was when Floyd pretty much ignored Crawford as not important to his reputation. It went on. When people talk about greatness, they talk about me. Always. Crawford can't touch something that can't be touched in the first place. And asterisk, Floyd is saying that the king can't be killed. You can only copy him.
And today I'll let you know, there's no fighter that will ever be better than me. There's no fighter that wasn't better than me before me or after me or when I'm long gone. I'm the best.
But let me tell you the truth. The fight is real. Floyd's reputation is based on doing things right. 50-0. Never fell down. Does well with tails. The king of pay-per-view. He turned fighting into a business worth $1 billion.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Oh, yes. That makes a difference to people.
Crawford's reputation is built on having the guts to be great. He is a 3-time undisputed 5-division king who beat Spence and Canelo back-to-back when he was 38 years old. He doesn't show any fear or doubt. He's completely in charge. In the middle of the legacy fight is this: safety versus danger, making money versus being great, and fear versus courage.
To be honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, you know, but for me, I knew I could do it and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it, but, you know, I think I was the better man tonight.
Floyd will always say, "I was the smartest." He will always say, "I was the bravest." What Crawford said really hit home for Floyd because his place in history is more important to him than money.
I saw you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. The GOAT, greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul, Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
Take note, Floyd doesn't act that way unless he feels risked. Crawford is winning more than just fights right now. He is also winning hearts. He is now the best pound-for-pound fighter. That's the person who beat Canelo when no one thought it was possible. He is called the best fighter of all time by experts, legends, and younger competitors.
They were saying that if he beats Canelo, it could put him as even the greatest of all time. What does that put him in the all-time list, man?
At least top 10.
At least
top 10 or top 15, easily, you know? There's guys that we may not know of or heard of, like Henry Armstrong. Simultaneously, he was 3 divisions carrying all 3 weight divisions at the same time.
Which performance was better? I don't like to compare them, but Crawford or Mayweather's over Canelo. Like it's just different.
It's just different styles, different looks, you know. But the punching, the output that he was giving Canelo, definitely gave him the win.
Besides that, he works with numbers. The Netflix fight filled an arena, became a worldwide trend. and had one of the most viewers around the world for boxing since Mayweather vs. Pacquiao.
The 5, let's name we gotta put the 5 up.
Who's 5?
Robinson is the grill.
Who?
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Man,
That's
niggas
grill.
ain't even see that.
I YouTubed him, nigga. I YouTubed. He on YouTube. Check the YouTube.
It was buns.
Nah, it's like
buns. It was buns.
Sugar Ray Robinson is buns. No, you're wild. We're not standing for that.
Buns.
Listen, it's like this. It's like this. It's like
boxing has evolved, bro.
It has, but I'm saying
and Sugar Ray Robinson didn't even know how to pick his hands up.
Hold up, it's
Go
like
watch
this.
him fight Jake LaMotta. He was hitting that nigga with non-stop hooks. Over and over.
But you're not counting it like this. That's like
You ain't
saying
never
Wilt
seen that with
Chamberlain.
Bud.
That's like saying Wilt Chamberlain is not that. If you dominate in the era where you're doing shit that nobody does in the era, nobody was doing that.
Wilt Chamberlain, did they have a 3-point line?
No.
Oh, I don't want to hear about him.
He scored 100 points.
Doing
You can't
what?
ignore him. It don't matter what he did. 100 of these, nigga. 100 of these.
That's ass.
Nah, you gotta stop it.
That's ass.
You gotta stop it.
That's why Floyd claps back. Not because Bud made fun of him, but because Bud had moved out of the way. The crown for pound, Bud's. Headlines for pay-per-view, Bud's. The center stage, Bud's. Anyone isn't sure what Floyd would do for the first time since he retired. They want to know if Bud is better. But here's the catch. Crawford doesn't even want Floyd, but has always looked up to Mayweather. He said that he was one of the greats. He's been training with him. He also says Floyd had an effect on him. He has never been asked to fight. Floyd's approval has never been needed. That's why this is different. Bud's answer wasn't about chasing power. It wasn't about setting up a payment. He had to tell the truth about what he saw. That taking risks, being brave, and reaching goals are more important than being great all the time. Crawford knows that this fight with Floyd won't help his career. Floyd no longer works because he is 48 years old and past his best. It wouldn't help to hit him. That's why Bud doesn't believe in the idea. It's already safe for him with heritage, and the fight scene is huge.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division.
Get them all.
Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter, then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship, and then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened.
There are heroes who agree with Floyd that records and payouts don't lie. Floyd is said to be the best boxer of all time, and that will never be matched. Some people, though, are on Crawford's side. They see him as the brave man who did something Floyd wouldn't have. Take risks, move up, and fight anyone at any time. He is known as the pound-for-pound ruler and the real GOAT of our time. Max Kellerman and other analysts have joined in, saying that Crawford's desire to fight makes him better than Floyd in important ways. Floyd isn't going to back down from that strong answer. So, the fight business isn't focused on Crawford versus Canelo. It's on Crawford versus Mayweather's legacy. That is the crueler struggle in some ways. Then where does it all go? Floyd will talk some more. He will keep playing down Bud's record, telling people of his 52-0 record, and trying to make himself look like he can't be beaten. He might even try to get an art show to keep his name in the news. Craig, he doesn't need to answer. What he does speaks louder than what he says. He beat Canelo Alvarez just now, at age 38. He just made history. People have already called him the pound-for-pound king. Don't get it wrong, though this is not going away, for the reason that Crawford's words made Floyd Mayweather very angry. Floyd puts out fires and tries to keep the smoke under control.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
That's all there is to it. Floyd Mayweather was told by Terence Crawford I'll up your legacy asterisk. Floyd's response was harsh. He played down Bud's win, reminded everyone of his 52-0 record, and insisted that no one could beat him. Now the question is which memory shines brighter, Flo's perfection or Bud's greatness in taking risks? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the movie and follow Fight Motive. The next film will be with you.